Oh my gosh. Go.
Wait, it's live, right?
Yeah.
Alright, yo, shalom. Alright, I'm watching weapon Yahawashi. Yo, take off your headphones. Alright. Kahalayim la alahayanawa Yahawah Hashem Yahusha Hashem Kakadash. Alright. Shalom. We give double honors to Pastor Elders of Bluestone. Shalom. Sincere brothers out there, teach the truth and sincerity. Alright. The Hebrew Israelites back out here once again to prophesy the downfall of Esau's kingdom. Alright. And to bring remembrance of the children of Israel, which consists of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Alright. To bring them back to our power, which is Yahawah, to our Lord, Yahawashi. So Yahawah Bahashim Yahawashi. Yahawah means he is. Alright. Bahashim means in the name. Yahawashi means he says that he delivers in the Paleo Hebrew tongue, which is the original tongue that you can, which is the only tongue that you could call upon those names with, and is the original tongue of the Israelites of the scriptures of the Bible. All right. So yeah, Lord willing, that this camp session is edifying to you brothers out there that are exhorting unto you brothers. What I really want to start the lesson with is kind of similar to what Apostle Rambam's lesson was, because I was actually meditating on something similar in the night before, and talking with my father, the day prior. All right. So basically, what it was about is that when we're walking in this truth, we have to walk like as if we are the elect. That's why we brothers in this truth, we call ourselves the hopeful elect. And if you're hopeful to be part of the elect, then do what the elect will do. The elect will stay diligent. The elect won't boast themselves. These are things I want to get into. I don't know this out. Alright? So get that scripture where it says, do also in my absence. And I want to also get the talent one. I think that's in Matthew chapter 13.
Not in the Old Testament. The New Testament. Oh. Everything new. All in you. Jesus Christ came. Paid the price for all our sins. You being stupid and evil, will give it to him now and later. The last days is gone. These are the last days now.
You got can you get that? The Thomas? You got the absence? I got it. You got it? Alright. Let me see if we can start.
Matthew 24.
Let's go there. Okay, let's start at 12. Yeah, just start. Just read all of it. Not yet though. Let me set up another scripture real quick. I forgot how it went. It was the talent that every man was given the talent. Actually, I'll start at 1. And there's also, it's like, yeah, we're just setting up scriptures before we start. Alright, fuck it, we're just gonna start. Yeah, you start off with that. Actually, start off with this.
This is Matthew 25 and 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made. Behold,
That the slack it, but real quick, those lamps is that light, is the truth, is our faith. All right, and with the faith comes wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And the people who don't have those, didn't take oil with them for their lamps, all right, those are pretty much the people who fell out of the truth. All right, the ones that don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the 100% truth. All right, and the 100% truth is you know, being confident in dark parables. You know, let me just get that really quick. I just wanna put that with Ecclesiastes. Let me read this really quick. This Ecclesiastes chapter 39 verse 1. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, occupied in the meditation thereof, and we seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where the subtle parables are, he will be there also. And we seek out the secrets of the great sentences, and be confident in dark parables." And that's basically it there. You know, the 100% truth is literally not leaving anything out from the scriptures. All right, as certain men leave out certain things out of the scriptures, like for example the law on rape and stuff like that, and that's a big thing amongst a lot of these doctrines. They don't want to acknowledge that. All right, and when a girl becomes a woman, they don't want to acknowledge that either, even though the scriptures literally tell you about these things. And not just that, when Esau's going to slavery and everything like that, there's certain men that don't want to talk about that. All right, but the sound doctrine is that the sound doctrine has the 100% truth, and the 100% truth, lies with GMS. And the reason we say that is because none of the scriptures are left out. All right, none of the scriptures are left out with these brothers. All right, and that's why the scriptures say, "Hold that fast which thou hast," which is referring to our faith. And those lamps, you know, once again refer to our faith. Some people who lack faith, who are faint-hearted. All right, so go check.
I got another piece. This is Psalm 49 and 1. Hear this, all ye people, give ear, all ye inhabitants of the world. both low and high, rich, poor, together. My mouth shall speak of wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall be of understanding. I will incline mine ear to a parable. I will open my dark saying upon the harp.
Yeah, you know, and no dark sayings or anything are left out, because all of those are for our teachings, are for us to learn, and that's basically part of the oil, you know, to have it in our arsenal, so to be prepared when the shit hits the fan, all right, and the day of our Lord is coming. Our faith is still retaining all the way until then, because we're gonna go through some shit while on the way there. Excuse my language. We're gonna go through some tough times. All right, on the way there. And if we don't learn about those experiences that men of old have went through, there's some men, women, and children that are just gonna lose heart in that day. Men and women mainly men. You know. So there's a lot of people that's gonna lose heart in that day, because they didn't learn of the experiences of men of old. Had they went through very tough times when serving Yahawashi Yahawashi. You know?
And to accept this truth, the whole scriptures, you know, you have to accept the bad things. What you got the good things? You gotta accept what it says when it talk about the bad things.
Yeah, so
not just like get stuck on just love all the freaking time. You know, it doesn't work that way. You know, there's conditions, and the conditions is the statutes or everything that happens in the Bible. Those are conditions of things if you don't go by what the scripture says.
Just like what happened to Job. Job understood that he can receive evil from the Most High as he receives good. You know? But the receiving evil is, you know, he doesn't, the Heavenly Father doesn't do it without reason. And the reason was, the evil behind Job, the reason was is to pardon him, to fashion him like gold is fashioned. You know? To forge him into that perfect man that fears Yahawashi Yahawashi. Right? So once again, yeah, let's continue with that.
I'll start from 5. Matthew 25:5. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold.
And this is at midnight. You know, we're in that midnight. We're in the midst of darkness amongst these people. All right, we're in the midst of darkness. So ultimately, the gathering of the oil really started back when Yahawashi was around, and listening to the apostles and elders during that time, and the teachers of old, and the brothers of old. Listen to their words. And people who woke up during that time basically were sealed with that Holy Spirit of promise, and they gathered to them oil, and until while they all slumbered and slept. That was that period, all the way until this time, and that midnight came, and the cry was made. Right? And since it's midnight, you need light to see. So this is why the oil is being used in this parable.
And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom coming.
First of all, that cry can be many things if you really think about it. It could be a prophecy. Because if a watchman's on his tower and he sees warning to warn the people, it won't be a cry, it'll be a horn, but a cry and a horn is the same thing.
They could be break a lot of things, like for example, you know, Esau's got that doomsday clock. Shouldn't you also catch out on that? You know, You know, but it doesn't. But that's only per se. By for example, you know, the sudden destruction. You know, when destruction comes, you know, are people supposed to be like on our feet? You know, a lot of jakes are not on our feet.
Just like what the scriptures say, it's high time to wake out of sleep.
Right.
And if people are still slumbering and sleeping even after the cry was made, you know, they're going to be left behind. But even the Baba, should I continue a little more though?
Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose.
And go ye out to meet him is basically us waking up. That we're to being Israelites, waking up. You know, we were in a dead sleep. We were asleep. Because dead and sleep were basically the same thing. Alright? And we were asleep when we didn't know that they were Israelites. But when prophecy starts happening, prophecy starts coming across, that cry could be Abba Bivens. You know? Abba Bivens in the old apostles and elders teachers. Alright? That cry was waking up our people. You know? And what was it? What was it? Yes, so us waking up out of our sleep is us coming back to who we are. Oh, seek ye the Lord. That's in Ecclesiastes 12th chapter, I think. Let me see. Yeah, it's just that. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. I think that is Ecclesiastes. Isaiah. Huh? Isaiah. Oh, Isaiah. Damn. Okay. Yeah, just read that part.
This is Isaiah 55:6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Yeah, and that's how you know he's near. Just like how the bridegroom is near. Call ye upon him while he's near, and if you're gonna call upon him, you're asking for wisdom and knowledge and more faith. You know, that's this form of calling upon Yahawashi Yahawashi, and seeking Yahawashi Yahawashi is finding that men that fit the slots perfectly, fit the slots on who the teachers are, that teachers that are according to his heart. You have to find out which man is according to Yahawashi's heart. That's how you're gonna find your teachers. You know? And we know through the spirit of the Kadash, which is the Holy Spirit, that the apostles and elders of GMS, Great Millstone, all those teachers that are after Yahawashi's heart. After Yahawashi's heart.
And you know, the bridegroom comes in the glory of his father.
Yeah.
You know? Because for all you Old Testament jockeys out there, you can't get that, you know?
Remember the king and the marriage.
Yeah. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
They trimmed their lamps. They got their lamps ready. You know?
And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
Yes, so at one point, when they woke up, they had their lamps already. They had their lamps already. But then their lamp went out. You know? And they lost the faith. They lost the light. They no longer can see where they're going. But they can only see the ones that have the lamps still on, which are the other versions. The wise ones that took extra oil with them. You know? And that extra oil, once again, is your faith, is ultimately your faith and your wisdom and all of that. You know, just put that out there. Wisdom, knowledge, and wisdom and knowledge.
To elaborate, it's like you're doing this work, then you put it off for like a week, becomes 2 weeks. It's like being absent. you know, and then put it off, it becomes a year, and all of a sudden, now some things start happening. The prophecies are kicking in like crazy.
It's a lack of patience. They lost patience.
You know, but you know, when the prophecies now are more evident than ever, you know, and then the MOTV start kicking in like holy crap! It's just like it's not stopping. Now all of a sudden, now you want to pick yourself up and go out in the street. Now you want to teach.
They went off to go buy oil. That's what they did.
Pretty much.
They went off to go buy oil. Oh, sorry. You sound like you said something.
But the wise answer, saying, not so. Let there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage. And the door was shut.
Yeah, shit, man.
You know, see,
and that's basically
that falls into Matthew 24. And pretty much like the days of Noah. You know, it's the same thing. You know, you don't have the oil in your lamp. You know, it's like you fell out. Let's say you fell out of the truth. You out there now in the world, wasting your time. You basically went out there to marry and have marriage, and you know, have your little party, whatever. Do whatever the hell you want because you are in the world now. Now when shit start kicking in, and now you want to climb back in the truth, trying to be on the street, not trying to war because now time is so short now, you know. But at the same time, you're trying to borrow oil. It's not going to work that way. It's just not. You know, you basically not on the elect. It's simple as that.
yeah. Where they gonna buy the oil from? If it's dark and the only ones that pretty much have the lamps are the wise virgins, where they gonna buy the oil from? That from the children of darkness. That's where they're gonna find it at. You know.
And you know,
the ones that took the bag, really.
Days of darkness. You know, the days of darkness. We already in the days of darkness. It's gonna get darker still. It's gonna be point that there won't be no prophets in the streets anymore. Everything will be chaotic now. Now we're gonna have Jake like wandering around.
And that's the door. That's the door being shut.
Pretty much.
That's the door being shut.
You know, and that's the spiritual door.
And them taking their lovely time to go buy that oil, it's like they're dearthing for a little while. Or dearthing for a while. That's in Matthew 13. Let me get that really quick. Matthew chapter 13, verse 20. But he that received the seed in stony places, the same as he that hears the word, and unknown with them receive the joy. Yet he hath not root in himself, but dareth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution ariseth, because of the word, by and by he is offended. You know? The dude's, you know, basically procrastinating. Remember, alright? He's procrastinating. He's striving against it.
Just a little, I got Matthew 24 a little bit. Matthew 24:36. But as the day and the hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only.
And that's why the wise virgins took extra oil with them. You know, and that's why we brothers are still doing the work, even though we don't know how close the end is. We could be out here for years, just as the apostle elders did. We could be out here for years, but keeping that faith is what the elect will do. So we're gonna do what the elect will do, so we can make sure that we are part of that elect. Give diligence to make your calling and election sure. We gotta be diligent, absolutely diligent. We got to, you know, because if we start to fail, if our oil starts to fail, you know, and we have no lights, we're gonna be like those foolish virgins. because we didn't take extra oil with us. You know, the Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that's some oil for you. You know, that's some oil for you. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, for it shall surely come and will not tarry. We can see the prophecies happening. We can see it to come in the past, and it feels like it's tarrying. You know? But just watch, in one day, it can happen even tomorrow. That's why it says tomorrow is sufficient for itself. You know, it can happen just the next day after you lost faith. And right when you lost faith, and the next day you don't do your work, and it happens then. And now you're just caught off guard. You caught with your pants down, as they say. You know? The Lord comes when you look and not for Him. You know? And you're done. It says, blessed is that servant whom He shall find so doing. We have to do what the elect will do. And that's why I constantly say that we should walk about like as if we are part of the elect. The elect wouldn't boast himself. The elect won't do anything like that. You know? But walk around like as if you're part of the elect. Do what the elect will do.
And if you ask, like, right, in case Jake asks, okay, what exactly does the elect do in order to get salvation? Well, read the book.
Yeah, it has instructions.
It's a book of instructions.
Do the work. Do this work.
User's manual. You know.
Yeah. Do this work. Constantly be edified by the Akim. You know. Constantly study if you can. You know. Constantly be built up. Be edified. Be exhorted. Do this work. Do whatever work that's in your office. Because you know your office better than I do.
But as the days of Noah were so also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as the days were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark.
Yeah. So those people who lost the oil, it's like the same as them looking back. They look back to go get oil. You know?
Sometimes just looking back to get oil, that's not even going to work out anymore. It's just the fact that not just the foolish virgins are going back to get it, but they have to go through the midst of all the ones that still are asleep. You know, and while they're walking, and it's like Lot's wife. It's like Lot's wife. Just you know, looking back and pretty much going back to the way she was before. You know, and she suffers destruction with Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, Eve's going to catch a lot more hell because knowing Eve, I forgot my purse. Yeah, I had to, exactly. You know, they're still going to try to look back and over the garden. You know, and then not until the flood came.
Except the sincere sisters, you know, they will keep their place because there's only a few of them. There's a lot of ladies that try to come into this. You know, they fall off very easily, and they become extreme bug outs.
And 39. And they knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So also the coming of the Son of Man be. And again, this is Matthew 25 and 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage. And the door was shut.
That's why seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. If you're walking the other direction to go, you know, to go do your own thing, to go because you took too long, or you procrastinated and haven't done the work for however so long, you know, and you procrastinated, you know, you're distancing yourself from the Lord, from Yahawashi, from Yahawashi. You're distancing yourself.
It could be a lot of things. It could be like, and not just like falling away, but there's a lot of, right now, we're in the time of evil. Right now, there's a lot of distractions. And it could be from commercials to video games, to movies, to extra activities, hobbies that has nothing to do with the scriptures.
They put the hobbies more than the important things. That's mainly what it is. This is nothing really. There's nothing really wrong with your hobbies or anything like that, but it matters on how much excessive time you put to your hobbies rather than things that are actually important. And the reason that even happens is because people are undisciplined. When you come into the truth, you have to begin to discipline yourself. You can't just let the flesh do what it wants to do, because when we come into this truth, we have to conform ourselves to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. We're gonna conform ourselves and change and not be conformed to the world. And this world is just full of distractions to keep you dumb, to keep you stupid. But it says, you know perfectly, brethren, that the Lord was it. No, you know perfectly, brethren, that the Lord comes as a thief in the night, and you are not asleep, and you're not asleep as do others. Roughly paraphrasing. You know, when we come into the truth, we have to hold up our lamp high. You can't have your lamp low. If you see a lamp, all right, if you ever see a lamp, you always see them holding it up high, going like this, so you can see your surroundings. Don't hold it low, all right, or you're gonna only see the ground around you. You ain't seeing ahead of you. You ain't seeing in front of you.
You see, like in the movies, like when they're holding the lamp up, they gotta go like this.
Yeah, or a torch or anything like that to hold it forward.
That's another form of being circumspect.
Yeah,
gotta
so you
look around
can see in front of you. You gotta see in front of you. You know? But there's certain men. I'm gonna say men because it's mainly the men. All right, and of course there's women as well, but it's mainly the men that have this oil. You know, it is the men. It's like it is the men that have this oil, that have the lamps, not the oil. You know, it's mainly the men that have the lamps. You know, but it's up to you if you're gonna take extra oil or you're gonna not gonna have enough oil. So once again, when that cry was made, you know, and they woke up out of their sleep, we woke up to who we are. All of us had lamps at one point, but some others, their lamps faded out and they became bug outs. But it's up to us. It's up to us to make sure that we have that lamp up and on all the time, so that Yahawashi can see us when He comes back, and He can see that there is faith in the midst of earth, sparking like as sparks lit in the midst of stubble. From the paraphrase.
And the light from the lamp, the light in itself, it's the wisdom. It helps you. It helps you see the world for what it is. You know,
Yeah.
because since everything's
men
full of
love
darkness,
rather than light.
Right.
Men love darkness rather than light. You know, this is that light that light that came into the world, because this world was full of darkness, and so that cry was made. Israelites start waking up and lamps started being burned.
afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. And he answered and said, Verily, I say unto you, I know you not.
And that reminds me of once again that precept that Pastor Ramwell got out. What was it? Have we not prophesied in your name? Have we not was it? Have we not? Somebody get that? got it?
Bring it.
Matthew 7.
Got it.
Start at 21 and read down to 23. Wait a minute. Read down to. Read down to 27. 20. Right from 21. Yeah, 21. This is Matthew 7, verse 21. Not every one that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
Yeah. So what do those foolish verses do? What do they say? Lord, Lord.
Huh? At the last minute.
Call upon Yahawashi. At the last minute, when the doors were already shut. You know? And shit, man. You know, that's why we don't want to be one of those men. We brothers, we sincere brothers, we want to be part of the elect. We want to be part of the elect. You know, I know it's not a single one of you brothers in this doctrine don't want to be part of the elect. All of you do. You know? And if not part of the elect, then part of the 1/3. But we want to strive for the crown. We want to strive for the big prize. And just like what Apostle Rima says, because I also thought the same thing. It says what's it? Somebody want to get that, the race? Talking about the race?
You have to decide. You have to desire to be a part of the elect to death. To death, because it's going to be some of them that is going to be persecuted. To you know,
they love not the life unto death. The elect don't love the life unto death. You know, we hate this world, man. And when we come out here, it is the same thing as us being living sacrifices. Because anybody can come about and just kill us because we're unarmed. Always saying in words, we're against this world. We're adverse to it. Somebody got it? Anybody got it?
Ecclesiastes 9 and 11.
No, not Ecclesiastes.
The 1 Corinthians 9 and 24. Just read 24. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race will run all, but one receiveth the prize. Oh, fuck it. Let me read that again. It says, know ye not that ye which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? It says, so run that ye may obtain.
And that's the thing. There's going to be 144,000. All right? There's going to be 144,000. That's the main big prize. All right? And it's not just going to be one who's going to obtain it. There's going to be a multitude. But the reason to have that mentality as if there's only going to be one reward is just like what Apostle Rama said, to give the teeth to it. To be like that. That's the only thing you want to get it. You want to get it. You're going to give it your all because you want to get that prize. So it says, so run that you may achieve. So the elect. Baba, should I continue where you were?
Matthew 7, verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name...
And just like what Apostle Ram says, casting out devils is waking people up. People who heard the word. Continue.
And in thy name done many wonderful works, and then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore,
because we once again, I keep saying once again, but we brothers, we met once again. I'm gonna say it again.
When I said like I said.
No, because I'm gonna say once again because I actually mentioned it before. Once again, we brothers here, we met a dude that once upon a time was in this truth. He fell off, you know, he fell off, and he once upon a time prophesied and everything like that, but he became a sluggard and stopped doing the work and everything like that. And he thinks that Yahawashi still got his back, right? That's incorrect. So that is the same type of God.
She had a whole store, like one of the stores that did all the kicks and everything. One of our main stores.
And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
Yeah, and I think Apostle Tahar mentioned it before. I'm not sure if it's Apostle Tahar or Apostle Gabar or Apostle Rimo, one of the apostles. But I mentioned is that when you pray to the Heavenly Father, you don't pray just once, because once again, praying is begging. So when you pray to the Heavenly Father, you pray to make yourself known. To make yourself known, like, oh, I know this guy. Oh, I heard him before. Oh, he's done this before. I remember him. You want to make yourself memorable. You don't want to be like, you go to a store, right? And you're working as a cashier, and you see many faces a day. And when that person comes over, and it's like, yo, you remember me? And you're like, no, I don't remember you. I bought something from you not too long ago. All right, I see many faces every day. I am not gonna remember you. You want to make yourself memorable, and to stand out, like spark among the stubble. You know, and how you do that? Praying, fasting when you can, doing this work. You know, and all of that. Because there's many things you can make yourself memorable with, but mainly it's doing this work. Because that, you know, your body's up as living sacrifices for Yahawashi, for Yahawashi.
Matthew 7 verse 24. Wherefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon the house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock.
Yeah. So that's the same thing. That's the same thing as our faith, as those wise virgins with the oil. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just like it says, wise man. He wards on both of them as wise. You know. And our faith is that an impenetrable fortress. As long as we keep our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi, we can once again we see that we seen and heard of the stories of old. You know, how the brothers went through certain things, and how it's likened to the time that we are in now. They went through it and was delivered by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Are we not to also go through something similar and also be delivered by the same? You know, we'll be delivered by the same Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Let's keep our faith unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Let's keep our faith upon the Heavenly Father and His Son.
Shalom, shout out thy wings.
Yo, Shalom. Yo, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Brakatah, bro. But yeah, let's keep our faith.
And every one that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man.
Yeah, and that's the foolish virgins. Yahawashi said, occupy till I come. Yahawashi gave us talents, so he could do what? So he could gain profit off of it. And to have profit, if you're given 5 talents, get 10 talents. If you have 5 talents, if you have 4 talents, get 8 talents. 3 talents, get 6 talents. 2 talents, get 4 talents. Even if you have 1 talent, get 2 talents. You know? And the fact that there's certain men that don't do this, those are those foolish men. Those unwise virgins that didn't take the extra oil with them. To keep their eyes up on watch. And now since they went off to go buy oil, like, oh, they see prophecies happening. Oh, now they see the what's it, the wise virgins having their watch up. Let me go over to them and just like stick at their side, you know? Oh yeah.
Another way to elaborate more on it, you know, to have that oil, you have to try to memorize everything you can out of the scriptures. Eat the book.
Yeah, that's what it says.
You know?
Yeah, this is our arsenal. This is our weapon arsenal. You know? This is our... Oh my gosh, like... It's like, yeah. This is our weapon arsenal. And our faith is our shield. Let's keep our arsenal filled up and all the weapons furnished. Let's not have rust get on any of our weapons. Keep refueling. Keeping the flame trimmed with oil.
Because even the wisest in this truth, they still got to fall back on the scriptures to keep examining themselves.
Look at the apostles and elders. How many years they've been in this truth, yet they always have to go back and remember some scriptures.
That's a form of refueling.
Yeah. You know, that's why it was a solemn duty amongst the apostles and elders, you know, to go in the midst of the churches and remind the pure men, slack for the stutters, to remind the pure men in the way of remembrance, so they can be mindful of the words of the men spoken of old, to keep their eyes up. That's why when Yahawashi went out to go pray, and he told the disciples to keep on watch, you know, and he came back and he found them sleeping. He told them, can you not keep watch with me just this 1 hour, roughly paraphrasing? You know, because those men were journeying everywhere. They haven't had time to sleep. You know? And then he said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So even the disciples of old, even they, you know, keeping their eyes open. But they always have to keep getting reminded to keep their eyes open. They got to keep on watch. You know?
This is like the longest midnight.
Yeah, this is midnight. This is the time where you want to sleep.
This is spiritual midnight, because there's so many shit going on. You know, that will divert you. You'll go back to La La Land. You know, because this is like the opposite. You know, like this is what we standing in this wasteland right here. This is actually the nightmare that we live in.
Yo, I just thought of something. You know, when somebody goes to sleep at like, let's just say like 8, 9, you know, or 7 when it's about to get nighttime, and that's basically when they're slumbering pretty much, you know, and then they get woke up in the middle of their sleep and they're like all sluggish and, you know, they're tired-eyed and everything. And like, what? And then they tell you to do something. You're like, you want to get it done, so you go back to sleep.
Your mind's not straight.
Your mind is not straight. You know, but since we got woken up at midnight, we have to be like the wise ones. We have to keep our eyes up. We got to keep our eyes up. We can't go back to sleep. But the ones that are they don't have that will, you can see them going like.
And that's the mentality of 2/3.
And they're going back to dreamland. You know, it says was it? There's a thing in Apocrypha real quick. Yo, this is really good too, because it goes hand in hand with it. I forgot exactly where it is. Dreams lifted up fools. Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 34, verse 1. It says, the hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regarded dreams is like him that casts a shadow and follow after a wind. The vision of dreams is resemblance of one thing to another, even the likeness to a face to a face. Face to a face. And you know, the main point was dreams lift up fools. And if you don't keep your eyes up on watch, you're gonna fall asleep and start dreaming. You know? And only the fools are gonna fall asleep. Only the fools are gonna fall asleep. We gotta keep our watch. We gotta keep on watch, like all the time. That's why it says that the Lord comes as a thief in the night. And so if he's a thief, shall we not keep watch and not suffer the thief to break through? Roughly paraphrasing, scripture like that.
This was shadow thy wings. 1 Timothy 4:15. Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all.
Yeah. You know, damn.
Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Damn. Yo, the main thing there is just continuing. Because because patience, going into the word patience means to be long suffering. Alright? And this work, it's not that hard, but continuously doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, it gets vexing. It gets vexing. Even because we're in this flesh.
But also you're learning with edification, because since you're doing that repetitive, trying to push the truth out there, you learn as you go too. You know, you grow with it. You know?
Because at a time it's fine, but when it becomes repetitive, it becomes a true work. You know? And though this work is not hard, it becomes vexing after a while. And that's why we have other brothers doing the same thing. And when they make videos, they remind you on why you're doing this. That's why it says, you save thee and them that hear thee. And Yahawashi said it. He said, comfort each other with these words.
Don't forget the first love.
And yes, don't forget your first love. And this first love is this truth. It's the desire for that husbandman.
Right.
For the bridegroom. The desire to meet him. You know? So Baba Kushar, continue where you left off.
I got
Oh, you got something?
This is Hebrew 12:1. Wherefore, seeing we also are encompassed by about so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us. Let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Yeah, we gotta run with patience. We can't do a burst of speed yet. We can't do a sprint. All right. We cannot do that sprint yet. We gotta race with patience. We gotta keep up the pace. All right. But when we're near the end, we gotta do that sprint, and we're near the end. We gotta put it on all. We have to do it. You know, there's certain of us that you know, since some difficulties are happening in the midst of our normal life, right? And you know, we lose the job while we're in this truth. Use that opportunity for that free time that you technically got while you're looking for another job. You know, to you know, for Yahawashi to what's the word? To put more in onto your works.
That's a form of you can hasten to the scriptures.
Yeah,
you know?
hasting with your works. You know? And it was like it also, I just want to say it again, but we're compassed about with a great cloud of witnesses.
When you call the department?
Why? That's why I always say, look at the men of old. Look at the things that they went through. Look at all of that. You know, look the men of old, they even walked about saying that they are part of that predestinated number. Saying that they are part of that elect. You know, talking like it's guaranteed that they're going to be delivered. And that is because they had the mentality. They had that mentality, and that mentality is what kept them into that truth. You know, into this truth. That's what kept them into it. All right, and that's what kept them their fire going. That's what kept the lamps trimmed. Is that hope? Because we don't know if we're part of the elect, but it's our hope. That's what we call ourselves, a hopeful elect. It's our hope that keeps us fired up. And we walk about like as if we are part of that elect. We will do what the elect will do. And that's that diligence that will make your calling and election sure. Right?
Looking into Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and sat down at night at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
Yeah, you know, he finished the work. You know, that's why it says in 1 Peter chapter 4, so arm yourself likewise with the same mind. Oh, it's like was it? Yeah, arm yourself likewise with the same mind as Yahawashi. No. Let me get that. Damn. It's been a while since I did that. Oh no, for as much then as Yahawashi suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind, for he that suffereth in the flesh has ceased from sin, that he shall no more live to his life into the lust of men, but to the will of Yahawashi. Roughly paraphrasing. Alright? Yeah, that was it. You know? And
There was more.
you know, just as Yahawashi had that, I know. Just as Yahawashi had that mindset of his meat was to do the will of Yahweh, do the will of his Father, which is Yahweh. All right, that was his meat. That was all he wanted to do. All right, and just as my Abba says, there's a lot of distractions, and the things that people want to do is basically overlapping the things that they need to do. You know, and Yahawashi needed to do it, and Yahawashi also wanted the prize from doing it. All right, so that's what caused him to fulfill, you know, what he was doing. And yeah, the flesh gets in the way. You know, and that shows when Yahawashi was praying to the Father. That's why his prayer was even mentioned. It didn't mention the other prayers, but it mentioned the ones that were relevant. All right. Yahawashi prayed many times, but not all those prayers were mentioned. But the ones that were relevant, the one that was really relevant was when Yahawashi was saying how if the cup could be taken from him and given to another. But he said, if not, then allow him to take it. You know, it's because his flesh was getting in the way. He had the anticipation. He had that fear.
And you know what? That shows that one of the principalities, just Satan, just keep poking.
Yeah.
And Satan is just doing his job.
And you know, the spiritual Shaitan, he jumps on the flesh all the time. You know, he uses your very own flesh to go against you, because it says, the spirit is against the flesh, and the flesh against the spirit. Both of these are made contrary one to another, that you may not do what you will. And it's also a refining process. You know?
In the end, the spirit comes on top.
Yeah, when you're making a sword, it's actually a long repeating process. You know? You heat it up, you beat on it, put it in the water, heat it up, beat on it, put it in the water. You do it at multiple times.
Practice makes perfect. It's
Yeah.
repetition.
You do that multiple times, and it starts increasing the sturdiness of that metal. The more you do it, the more sturdy it becomes. But the more you do it beyond its point, it'll start becoming brittle. It'll start becoming the opposite of what you want it to be. It'll break, it'll snap. You have to start all over again. Smelt it all the way down.
Or consider him that endures such contradictions of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds.
Yeah. I mean, look at all that Yahawashi went through. And then compare it to your situation. And you go like, a man in the shoes, you go like, damn, Yahawashi went through way worse than what I'm going through. This is easier work than what Yahawashi went through. That's why Yahawashi said, put on my fetters, for my burden is light. You know?
He had a heavy burden because
He had the whole weight of all the iniquity of Israel upon his shoulders.
Right.
And that's why Yahweh turned away his face from Yahawashi when he's put up on that cross. And that's why Yahawashi say, hey. But he said it in I think he said it in Greek. Let me see if I can find it. Wow. Hey, I just jumped right to it. That's the spirit. Yeah, Yahawashi, was it Matthew chapter 27, verse 45. It says, now from the 6th hour there was darkness all over the land unto the 9th hour. And unto the 9th hour Yahawashi cried with a loud voice, saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani, which means, my power, why hast thou forsaken? It's because Yahweh turned away his head, because all of the sins of Israel was upon Yahawashi at that moment, because Yahawashi was being like unto a lamb, right? Yahawashi was dying. Yeah, Yahawashi was dying at that. Yeah, Yahawashi, damn. And just thinking back at it, you know, comparing his situation to ours, he went through it way worse. This affliction that we're going through or anything like that, it's not even that bad. It's not as bad as what he went through. Alright? And there's some men who think it's so bad that what we're going through that they fall off. And they stop doing this work because it's too much for them. Those are some weak-minded men. Some weak-hearted men. Alright? What the Heavenly Father with Yahweh and his sons are looking for, what the Heavenly Father and his Son is looking for is hard men, warriors. Alright? And that's what the elect are going to be. Warriors. Like that wise men with the waves hitting and crashing upon it, and the rain pouring upon it, flooding hitting upon it. You know? And still have not faltered. Those are the type of men Yahweh is looking for. Yahweh shot. Alright?
Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
Yeah, a wide gate is easy to go through. You know, it's very easy to go through. But that easy access is what everybody looks for in this time and age. Because especially with Esau and rulership, he wants everything simple for the people. To make it convenient for the people. Make it very convenient. Why? Because the more convenient the people are, the more convenient the things are, the more simple the people become.
The more lazy they become.
The more lazy they become. Alright? And those are weak men. And weak men bring in hard times. People don't have to farm for their food anymore. People don't gotta hunt for their food anymore. It's so convenient for these people nowadays. Go to your local meat market. Buy whatever meat you want to get. You know? It's so convenient for these people. And that simple mind, it makes people fall off. You know? Yahawashi is looking for hard men. Warriors. Men that when they do their study, you know, they don't just make it easy and convenient for themselves. Though you got brothers in this truth that make it easy and convenient by making videos and edifying you. You need it for digestible bites, so you can start breaking down, you know, things that were given onto you, that are understandable unto you.
I gotta elaborate on that. That when you watch videos of the apostles and elders, you know, and the Akim who's pushing the truth, it's is to give you that spirit. You could, it's a convenience. I mean, you're watching the videos, you're learning from it, but it's something that you when you learn from it, it's to teach you to pick your ass up
and do the same.
Do the same.
It said, be not hearers. Be not just hearers, but be doers also.
Right.
And
if you got questions, you might get the answers.
Gang, 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 gang. You know what type of time, man? What the fuck is this? What your y'all niggas represent? Y'all trying, what is this?
It's not something for you, my man.
Everybody, you trying to get shot?
Nah, bro.
I'm on the block. Y'all niggas trying to get shot?
Nah, bro.
What the fuck is this, nigga? Huh? I ain't part of no religion. I'm definitely an atheist. I know it's a higher being. What the fuck y'all talking about? I want to know. What religion you part of? What the fuck this mean?
We trying to teach our people that
What?
you're going to be kings. You're
I'm
going to
already
be
king.
kings.
Nigga, I'm
You're
God
going to be
already.
kings.
Nigga, I'm God already. You on my block, you heard? Motherfuckers wanna play, right? Chaz, nigga. Teflon Valentine. You already know the goddamn trick. Don't press start. Don't touch the goddamn. Don't stop it, nigga. What you gonna do?
Bro, can you just go?
The fuck going on with you niggas? We gonna burn you niggas right now. Huh? Nigga, hold what peace? You ain't got no peace with this shit you preaching. Huh? Fuck you on my block, bro. Take that shit 2 blocks away. Give me that thing. The fuck? Stop playing with me. The fuck? Stop playing with me. Record all you want. They call me Cheese. Ask the precinct. Huh? Call all you want. Oh, I'm gonna spin off. Excuse me. Pick that shit? You like that shit?
Yeah, let's
Know
continue.
what the fuck they
Let's
doing?
continue.
We know what the fuck they doing.
All right. This is Hebrew 12:4. You have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. And ye have forgotten that exhortation which speaketh unto you and unto the children. My son.
Yo, just walk, bro.
Stop lying.
It's part of the prophecy. You know that?
Yahawashi
Prophet's
doing
prophecy.
that stuff.
It's
All right.
prophecy.
Hey, yo, was it-
Repeat that stuff again.
Christian.
And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children.
No, it's
That's what I'm saying. Dog.
I started.
Dog, y'all.
This is Hebrew 2. This is Hebrew 12:3. For consider him that endures such contradictions of sinners against himself, lest ye be worried and faint in your minds.
Yeah, Yahawashi, he went through much worse than us. You know? What we're suffering against is not even flesh and blood. You know? We're suffering against our own mind. Alright? Because in this world, it literally teaches you how to be comfortable. But in this truth, you have to be uncomfortable to become comfortable. Alright?
Comfortability is what you need. What they teach you is backwards shit. It's like read that way.
Bro, if you're gonna teach somewhere else.
No,
We're
I'm
teaching
trying to
right
show
here.
you shit. I don't know what you teaching.
We're teaching
but
right here. May
we're
Yahawashi
teaching real
shall
shit.
destroy you and just walk on your way.
You destroyed me.
Walk on your way. Not
No,
me.
not me.
The Heavenly Father, the higher power you spoke of
What's your
before.
Heavenly Father?
The Heavenly Father of the heavens.
Who?
The heavens of
What's
the
his
heavens.
name?
Of the
Yahweh.
heavens.
And his
What's
son's
his
name is
name?
Yahawashi.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Nigga, you talking about Christianity?
No, this is not Christianity. We are Israelites. Look at down here. Look down here.
Look.
If you're gonna look and take
I'm
learn.
already there. I already read everything I need to read.
Then read it to me. Read it to me.
Bro, what?
Just read it to me.
I look like this, nigga. I'm from the hood, nigga.
Read it
You know
to me.
what the
If you
fuck going on?
did you read it?
Nigga, I'm all the way. All the way.
If you're
All the way.
If you're all the way, then why are you over here? We're
Because
teaching the
what
ones
you
that are
doing-
not all the way.
No, because what you're saying, right? You teaching one way.
There is one way.
Nigga,
There is only one way.
no, it's not only one way. Your teacher's like a catalyst, homie.
You got that scripture still, right? Brothers the way?
What you need
Get
to
that.
do is
This is
learn from
Matthew
this
chapter
person,
7,
that
verse
person, that person,
13.
so you formulate
Enter
your
ye
own
in the
shit.
straight gate,
this out.
for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in thereat.
The block was the way.
Because straight is the
'Cause it
gate,
blocked me from where I
and
need to
narrow
be.
is the way,
Then I had to know that the
which
whole
leadeth
had to
unto
hold over
life,
my
and
head.
few
Then I had to
there
know the
be
streets,
that
I had
find it.
one rule. You hold, it's no rules. Then I had to know this is why we, man, stop playing with me with these scriptures. I got some shit for you right now. I'm definitely a philosopher. My name is motherfucking Charles. I got the motherfucking third. Know who I am. All the shit you preach, I got some shit for you. Y'all niggas wanna move? Let's move. But this way ain't the way. Like Mortal Kombat,
You know, it's just like that
It's like I'm
scripture.
about to play Mortal Kombat.
Prophesy unto us sweet things or pleasant things. You know, that the prophets prophesy not.
Sunday church.
Baba
Yeah, they wanna.
You know, this is the people we come out here for, man. All right, this is the
Trying to
people we
say.
come out here for.
Trying to save.
So Baba Kashak, continue
our
where you
job.
were.
We got a commandment to to save our
Right.
people.
Don't worry
You know,
about me.
But they don't wanna be saved.
Check them out.
You know?
I'm already saved,
You know?
and I ain't saved by
Be
that.
saving to TikTok. You know.
Check them
probably.
out, bitch. They came out here
Yeah.
preaching what they preaching.
Just read it.
They saying what they
Want me to
saying,
read
but
it
that's
again?
only 20% of what the
Continue. We're
fuck
not
it
gonna bat
is.
him an eye.
You heard?
I say, you want me to read it again?
Yeah, you read it again.
They
This is
came
Matthew chapter 7, verse 13. Enter ye in the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which
reptile.
many there be which go in thereat. This is because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few that be that find it.
Few that be that find it. That's only one path. You know, this is the mentality of our people out here, man. How dumbed down the state became of our people, like beasts. That's natural group beasts. You know, all they know is the law of the jungle.
Their behavior is acting. He's acting like how Esau was acting in the caves. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Same thing, man.
He smacked my hand, by the way.
Yeah. Man, it don't even matter. It reminds me of Ezekiel. We're never gonna. We don't teach those type of men. We ain't even gonna try. You know, we ain't even gonna try. We're just not gonna bat him an eye. You can come over and go in the camera or whatever, but we already know who's gonna be watching this. Like, you know, brothers. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't matter what he says, at all. This dude's stupid.
I got something for him. This is Second Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? Since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation.
You know, this is the people we come out here for, man. It's unbelievable. Alright. Well, we're ultimately out here for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, but of course we're gonna have 2/3 come up to us. Anyways. Babushai, yeah, just continue where you were.
This is Matthew 7, verse 26. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell.
You know what those foolish men are gonna do? It's gonna be like just like the three little pigs. You know that story. You know, with the wolf, he's blowing down the hay house, and the pig that in the hay house, he's gonna run over to the one that has a better house than he does. All right, and you know, I'm just using that as an analogy because those foolish men, it's like a man that's building his house with the hay. But this time there's only two pigs. Alright, so one's made a house of hay, one's made a house of bricks. Alright? So the foolish man made his house out of hay. He got his house blown down. Alright, he's gonna try to run over to the wise man who made his house out of bricks. He's gonna say, open up. Open up, open up. You know? And that wise man ain't gonna open it up for him. Because if he opens up, he's both him and the pig outside gonna get eaten because he opened up and unlocked the door for him. It's the same thing with the parable with the lamps. You know? In shit.
I got another one for this bug out. I guess it's the highlight of the show, trying to make himself his what is it? His bio, 15 minutes of fame. trying to be on
It's not
TikTok
even-
and
it's not,
whatever.
Not even 15
you know?
minutes. He only out here for like fucking 5 minutes. Not even
Right,
5
man,
minutes.
trying
Probably
to-
like 3.
Trying to the same message these other bug outs had. This is my blood. This is my blood.
Oh
You know?
man, how many
What's
times
that?
have bug outs try to roll up on brothers? You know, telling them that not to be out here next week or anything like that. And the brothers come out here next week and they never show up. You know, we come across many of those type of people. This ain't the first, and this ain't the last. You know, but man, I don't know if we should be preaching to them.
Oh, it's the moment. This is 2 Timothy 3:1. Okay. This known also that in the last days perilous times shall come, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce,
I mean, this can
despiser.
also fall. This can also fall with the men that fell out the truth, because they're gonna go right back to this. They're gonna go back to the meta. They're gonna fall right back into that broad way. It's gonna be huge traffic. It's gonna be a flow of people. If you don't move with those people, you're gonna be crushed.
They're gonna go back to smoke. They're gonna go back to whatever substance they were using. They're gonna go back to that. You know,
They're gonna be crushed by the people. But how we are in this truth, those people are walking around us, and we're like, you know, be like more like before the truth. Before the truth, we didn't walk with the people. We're like yo, like we were in the midst of the world. You know, at a point we were walking with the world until we noticed that narrow path, that straight and narrow path. You know, and then we took that path. It's like a shortcut.
we live in those times right now.
But it's a straight path.
You know,
Straight is straight as in difficult.
straight
No,
for us, broad for them, for them bug outs. You know, we have to go and do it. You know, see what happened now. We, you know,
Like,
I'm saying what happened now. It's like we have to stand.
yeah,
Ball,
you know, we have to offer our bodies as living sacrifices, and you know, you gotta do what the elect would do. You know, while out here, you gotta. It's just unbelievable. All right, let's just continue. I don't want to resonate still with the dude. He probably just left the demon behind.
Matthew 7, verse 27. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it.
Yeah. So once again, that dude's gonna try to go and try to get help from that wise man. And just like it says in with the lamp parable, you know, it's just gonna have the same outcome. No. Okay, continue.
Does it?
That was it? Alright. Let's continue with the
Shout out thy wings. Yes, shout out thy wings, Isaiah 28:16. Therefore, thus said Yahweh power, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies.
refuge of lies, because it's a comfortable place.
Refuge of lies.
Shit. So dreams lift up fools, and you know, a lie is, a dream could be a form of a lie too.
Right. And the waters shall overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then shall be trodden down by it. Trodden down by it.
Yeah, that's damn, man. I like that refuge.
Refuge of lies. And you know what? You know, that was a refuge of the lies. You know, the mentality of Jake. You know, we trying to teach. We trying to teach according to the scriptures and what's said out of the scriptures. We trying to teach well. And, you know, we get interrupted. You know, and ultimately, you know, that's Yahawashi trying to put us putting a stumbling block, see if we stumble. You know, and he sent Satan. Satan to test him. You know.
Let's continue with Matthew. Yeah, we don't, you know, because that happens a lot. When somebody comes over and interrupts, you know, that's spiritual stunt. So, you know, having that demon that's on that guy interrupt us, you know, and he's gonna keep bothering us and he ain't gonna go away, you know. Yeah, I know. You know, Yahawashi is gonna destroy men like that, right? But when that dude left, he most likely left behind a demon. Right? That happens a lot, especially amongst the brothers. You know, we can't, because, you know, when we're out here, we gotta be circumspect. Because these dudes are literally like beasts. And just as Yahawashi said, harmless as, wise as serpents are harmless as doves. And that dude is one of those really morons, one of those big morons. So come on, shot. Yeah.
This is Matthew 25 and 13. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day or the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey. Then he that had received 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. And likewise, he that received 2, he also gained another 2. But he that received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoned with them. He came back and see how things are going. And so he that received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things.
Yeah, so, you know, once again with the main topic, you know, when we're in this truth and you're sincere, you know, to keep the diligence of everything, you gotta have the mindset of that you are the elect. You are part of the elect. You know, not being boastful, not being anything like that. You know, not being like that weird mentality that this dude got, saying that he is God. You know, things like that. Because that's the mentality of the world. Because look at how Yahawashi came. He didn't come. He made himself a little lower than the angels, as it says in the Hebrews. You know, he didn't come around boasting himself that he can turn water to wine, that he can just wither away trees and stuff like that. He didn't do any of that. Yahawashi didn't send multitudes of angels to destroy the people. Nah, Yahawashi came humble, even washing the feet of his disciples. Remember what that scripture says: the greater thou art, the more humble thyself. You know. So to be in the, you gotta, once again, you gotta have the mindset of the elect. If you're going to be part of the elect, you have to have the mindset of it. You have to have the diligence and the patience in the fortitude.
And Salaki, I might have to bring this up again. This bug out. Here it is. This bug out saying that he owned this block, but we trying to tell him that he could be a ruler. According to the scriptures, Yahawashi is trying to tell Jake that he could be ruler of kingdoms, of a kingdom at least.
Yeah, he was a ruler of a block.
He wanted to be a ruler of a block.
A block. It's only
a block. You know, it's just right now. I just picture him like that block in Super Mario 64, that giant block.
If he's a ruler of this block, if he's a ruler of this block, he's a terrible ruler. Take a look at this block. Like, damn.
Look, everybody's walking. His
smell like piss around corners everywhere. Man, it's stupid.
I gotta read it again. Okay. Enter thou the joy of thy Lord. No, I'm continuing. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I gave 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things.
It's over a few things. You know? And since that talent is really referring to the work of this truth, you know, the things that we're doing is just small. It's a few. And I can't believe that there's certain foolish men, they don't even put their effort into it. At least. They don't put their effort. They really don't want that prize.
Because they want to be comfortable first.
They want to be comfortable. They think getting to the kingdom is an easy path. No, it's not. It's a hard path. You know? It is a hard path. People want it to be a comfortable and hard path, but it's going to be an uncomfortably hard path. But ultimately, it's easier than how Yahawashi went through it. Much easier than how Yahawashi went through it. Okay, bro. That's her mentality right there.
Thou hast been faithful. I'll read it again because that's 23. Matthew 25:23. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that you are a hard man.
Here's the foolish version.
Reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sow not.
Like, he had the talent. Why didn't he do anything with it? You know? I don't understand, because there's men, literally men like that. They have this truth, but they're not doing anything. Like, where's your fear? You only fear when he appears? Like, what is this? You only fear when the Lord appears, but you don't fear when he's not here, just in case. You don't want to feel his wrath. You don't want his wrath. So why not do the work so you don't feel the wrath? So you don't have to go through it. So you go rather feel his joy rather than his wrath, because everybody likes the joy rather than an uncomfortable situation. Everybody likes the comfortable situation rather than uncomfortable. So we'd rather put ourselves in an uncomfortable situation so we can be comfortable later. You know? It's more preferable that way. And that's what the brother's saying. You have to be uncomfortable. I mean, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. You got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. You know, and we've been doing this work that we're doing right now for so long that we don't even have a problem coming out here at all whatsoever. The first time we were coming out here, you know, we all had that nervous feeling in our chest and stuff like that. Well, over time that thing's gone.
That was just Satan.
That was just Satan, man.
You know?
That was just spiritual shaitan, man. You know. But right when we started pouring out words, the Spirit started flowing in, and started flowing through us, and we started doing this in the demonstration of the Spirit. Because even still now, over the years that you know that we've been doing this, we still don't got an excellency in speech. We're not the best teachers ever, you know. But coming out here as examples that though we're not the best teachers ever and everything like that, we're still out here. We don't got that many talents as other brothers do. We're still utilizing the talents that were given to us. This is a gift that was given to us. And there's certain men that have their gift, yet they're not doing anything with it. Or they got something that's in their heart that's going to make that gift be taken away. And that's another topic, but you know, still
It still falls in the same category.
it still falls in the same category. You know? Hold that fast. What does fast mean? Alright, Baba Kushak, get that word fast. You know? Entomology. Or just put hold fast. It might be together. No, entomology, bro.
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, you can get it, I guess, or something. You just get the scripture. You know what scripture you're talking about, right? Oh, etymology.
That cannot be one word. If it's etymology, it's not beginning.
There's only one way to find out.
It's gonna have to go fast.
Did you search hold fast first? Like together? There you go.
Steadfast.
Oh, yeah, that's like it.
Constant.
Yeah, read the precept first.
I'm not sure if this is the right one, but
Is
this
it
actually
Revelation?
goes. Yeah, Revelations 3:11.
Yeah. Just yeah, read that precept.
This is Revelation chapter 11. I mean, this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 11. It says, "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown."
Yeah, and this yo, I'm just showing you fast.
And fast in etymology is like Old English. Firmly fixed, steadfast, constant, secured, enclosed, watertight, strong, fortified.
Fast. All right.
And,
To hold on to it. What does that mean to you guys?
Firmly, like
Because
Rapid quick, you know?
it's like this is kind of off topic, but the head of Mississippi can't. What does that mean to you? Hold that fast, what you got. Why do you let it go so easily?
what
Like,
you use.
dude.
It's not going to
And it's like it. That just came into my head. You know? Because this man like that, he's been in here for years, man. He's been in this truth longer than us brothers over here. We're younger brothers out here in this truth. Alright, he's been in this truth 2 times longer than us. How? How can you let it go that quickly? What does fast mean to you? Fast means to hold tight, to firmly hold it, to grip it. And especially if you have a desire to something, you're gonna hold that stuff. You're gonna hold it close.
Yanking it back to you.
You know, if somebody try to take it, you're gonna pull it. You're gonna hold that thing. You want it. You don't want nobody to take it from you. You know? Yahawashi say he's gonna make us a pillar. A pillar in Jerusalem. That's one of the foundations, which means one of the kings, high kings, not your normal kings that live and then die and then goes off to your next era. You're a high king. You're a king that's forever. So when somebody says a king, you know, if somebody says the king inside of your kingdom, they're already gonna know which king. Not King Joffrey the second, right? Or the third. No, the first. And the everlasting. You know? You want that. I don't understand certain men that can just let it go like this. I don't understand the mindset. That are actually good names. The word fast.
Strength, prevail, ardent, be strong.
Be
Bounce.
courageous.
Be firm. Go firm. Be resolute.
We gotta be we gotta be valiant. We gotta be valiant. All of us men in this truth, we're literally knights that took an oath to a Lord. We are off to give our life to him. Right when we came into this truth, we all made a knight's oath. Every knight has a desire to sacrifice his life for his Lord's. And that's why he said we love not our life unto death. A knight doesn't love his life unto death. That's why he's willing to give it up to save his Lord. But we aren't saving the Lord. It's just that our Lord gave his life for us, and a knight that has the Lord give his life for us, you know, we're like, we want to do anything we can to repay him. And let's just say in a carnal ways, if the Lord dies before the knight feels dishonored, and he wants to do something that'll be equal, that will be equal of him serving and repaying his Lord, and that will be going to his offspring. But since Yahawashi has no offspring, we ought to give our life for him, the same way as he gave us his life for us freely. You know? The same with Yahweh. He gave his only begotten son for us.
Amen.
You know? It's good. Alright. But he gave his only begotten son to us, man. We ought to give our life the same way. You know? Serve our entire life for Yahawashi. Walk in the way that he wants us to walk. And Yahawashi made that way of walking open unto us. You know? It's just funny, like when I heard that now the scriptures popped into my head, you know not what you worship, for salvation's for the Jews. But we know not what you worship, but we know what we worship, for salvation's for the Jews. Just hearing that is kind of creepy. But yeah, you know what? Man, you want to continue that in our man? Then we're gonna close up on that.
I want to close up with a precept.
Oh, I haven't finished.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That's all the precepts I wanted.
You didn't want me to bring up 12? The pillow?
No. No, you can start again.
Matthew 25 and 26, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant.
See, this is what you're gonna get. For those men that didn't hold fast their crown, this is what you're gonna get.
Thou knewest that I reap where I sow not.
You knew, because you were once in the truth. You once learned the truth. You once knew the truth. You know that you're an Israelite. You know that if you don't do your work and do it truthfully, 100% truth, because that's what matters. Because it doesn't matter what work you do. It matters if it's true or not.
And gather where I have not straw. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money in the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury.
Interest, yeah.
Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which had 10 talents.
Damn, man. Because you don't know what happened to that guy. You don't know what if his talents went off to another brother that's newer in the truth, that just so happened to wake up and his talents been placed onto him. You know, or a brother who's been in the truth, a veteran in the truth, and that brother took his talents. And that dude who fell off, he became a complete bug out. He tried to go back to the old house that was cleaned up. You know, just to find out that there's 10 other demons up in there.
Yeah.
More than what he had before.
With vomit on the floor.
Vomit on the floor, he'd be slipping and shit.
Or eating it up. Dogs return to his own vomit.
Oh yeah,
They'll eat the vomit. They'll eat all the wickedness and everything of this world. They'll eat it.
Yeah,
up.
because he's going hungry. He's going hungry
Huh?
because the truth is your food. And since he's going hungry, since he decided to take the left path, you know, he's gonna go hungry. He's gonna have to freaking eat up his own vomit so he can feel comfortable and be in the refuge of lies.
Refuge of lies. You know.
That's that foolish man.
You know, fuck Sesame Street. The word of the day is, don't be in the refuge of lies. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we brothers in this truth. This is not. You know that this is not the refuge of lies, because there's not this. When the brothers speak, all right. Yeah, there's a lot of edification and exhortation when it comes to comforting and motivational stuff. But there's also motivational in the opposite way, so it will motivate us even more, as in fearing us. You know, giving us the thought like, yo, man, I don't want to be motivated. No. And you start motivating even more to the right path. You know, that's how you know you're uncomfortable. This is not a refuge. All right? This is not a refuge as in a refuge of comfortability. We're all uncomfortable in the truth, but we all have to find a comfortability in that uncomfortableness, as in hope. That's all I'm gonna say. Because all of us are motivated by fear.
Even though we uncomfortable, we actually comfortable knowing because of what's away from us for doing this work.
Yeah.
You know?
We find a comfortability in the work that we do. Because no person can be comfortable while working. They're usually uncomfortable.
You gotta be on your toes. You gotta be working.
And because if a comfortable man is too comfortable, he's gonna become a sluggard. He's gonna be sloth. You know?
Won't be not doing the work, and it'll be no different than trying to collect food stamps. Living on Section 8. And just live off of it. This Matthew 25 and 29. For unto every one that had shall be given, he shall have abundance. But from him that had not shall be taken away even that which he had.
Yeah, he didn't have the faith in the first place. That's the thing. Yeah, you all right, you woke up, that's you're an Israelite, go work. You know, all of that. He didn't have hope or faith. And all the works and all of that, all that mentality that he had was given unto another man.
And you know what happened? Jay, Mississippi, you know, he clocked out too early.
Yeah, he clocked out too early. That's true, yeah.
That's what it is. And Cass,
You know the Lord is he's a austere man. You don't want to do that, he's like an austere manager. You're too early. You don't want to be too early, you don't want to be too late, you want to be just on time.
it's like saying, you know what, I quit this job, I'm gonna go find me another job. You go find another job. That other department is destruction. But he just worked for a company just about destruction, and he's just gonna get destroyed in it.
It's construction destruction. Construction of destruction. He's building up to destroy himself.
Wow. So he basically playing Jenga with yourself. You know?
Look at Jenga.
What, man? Yeah, 14 years, man. 14 years. It will be counted as like he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And cast ye their unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations.
That was it. Yeah. This is Revelation 22:7. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the saying of the prophecy of this book. Blessed is he that keepeth the prophecy of this book. And that's keeping on our watch. That's the light. He says, no man knoweth in the hour which he comes. The hour, the day which he comes. You know, and if we keep our lamps up, we can see in front of us. You know, waiting and looking for him, pretty much. Or more like waiting for him.
There's still more. This is Revelation 22:11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be.
Yep. So let's do exactly, brothers. Let's do exactly what the elect will do. You know, walk around. Don't walk around like, no, I'm not part of the elect or anything like that. No. You get that mindset out. Walk around like you are part of the elect, and do what the elect will do to make sure to make sure, you know, to make it sure, you know, to make it sure. Give all diligence to make your calling and election sure. All right. You don't want any kind of faint-heartedness, because that's faint-heartedness if you're going around saying that you're not part of the elect. All right. We don't know if we are part of the elect, but there's a hope that we are part of the elect. All right. So do what the elect will do. Fear Yahawashi, Yahawashi, do all his commandments. Alright? Do the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. Follow the high holy days as best as you can. There's a new moon coming up. There's a new moon coming up Tuesday night to Wednesday night. Alright? And from that new moon onward throughout the entire month until the next moon, those are all Sabbaths. To the next new moon. All right. There's a gap. I think there's a gap tonight. Tonight, which is Monday night until Tuesday night. All right. Monday night until Tuesday night. I just want to put that out there. Monday night until Tuesday night is your gap. So you get everything you can. Damn.
Find it out.
Thinking.
I rest of them.
Yeah, you read that one. You did.
Alright, this one's titled Thy Wings, Ephesians 2:18. For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. And
So excited. I'm going to check
now
out
therefore ye are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of Yahweh.
Yeah, so stop thinking that you're an immigrant. Stop thinking that you're like a stranger. You know? You gotta walk about with that mindset. You can see the men of old, how they walked about. They were so sure that they got that kind of life. It's because they did. Because it was sealed with that Holy Spirit of promise. Who cares? Who cares if they saw things that you have not saw? Because you were around during that time. You did see it. Just because you don't remember it doesn't mean you didn't see it. You know? Yeah.
And are built upon the foundations of the apostles and prophets, Yahawashi HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone.
Damn, yeah. Because at the end of the day, our hope and everything is established because of Yahawashi. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi. The water Yahawashi. Damn.
In whom all the building fitly framed together, grown into an holy temple in the Lord.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta lay that doubt off. Because that's a doubt demon. You gotta lay it off. You know, you gotta walk about like you are predestined. You know, that does not give you an excuse to not do anything. That does not give you an excuse. Just like what all the apostles say, apostles of the heart. If you're not increasing, if you're not being built up, you're not part of the elect. You got to increase. You got to be edified. You have to increase your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be the elect. All right? If you've been in this truth for years and you're still in the same state, you better change that. You have to increase to be part of the elect, to be part of the 144,000. Yeah. So yeah, then we're gonna close up. All right. Take that. Macho wapanya hakura. Ay kahalayim la alahaya nawa Yahweh Bashim Yahusha Bashim Kulash. All right. I want to give double honors once again to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. All right, who will. All right. And salutations to you brothers out there. All right. Teaching truth is sincerity. All right. And you sincere brothers on the comment board too. I only see Nathan there, but you know, shalom to if anybody else tunes in even after this video. All right, and peace and blessings unto you if you come in with a sincere mindset. But yeah, we can as you saw during camp. You know, when we're out here, when a bugger comes across, because I know a lot of newcomers, brothers that want to do this work. I know that's one of the things you fear the most when a bug out comes out of nowhere and starts disturbing you and stuff like that. You don't know what to say, know what to do. When a bug out comes across, you know, because since we're not a multitude of bigger brothers over here, you know, we're all like, you know,
and the bug guys are easy pickings.
Easy pickings. We're weaklings. How they see it is. So they're gonna come over here and pick on us, even if we tell them to go, they're not gonna go, and shit like that. But you know, just how do I say this? You know, hold fast. The demon's gonna go away.
I got another one, but because this demon, they're trying to make it like why you gotta do this, you know, do that, you know.
You don't even need to answer them,
you know,
because he's gonna take what you're gonna say, he's gonna trample on it.
You know, but you could say this, you know. I know it's a fool, but You know, this is 1 Kings 22 and 14. And Micaiah said, as the Lord liveth, what the Lord said unto me, that will I speak.
Yeah. And that's all the prophets do. It's the same thing. You just because the dude's gonna brush off everything you say, just hold fast. You know, keep your spirit up. Because your flesh is gonna try to shake and get fearful and shit like that. Man, you gotta rule over with the spirit. Stand fast. You gotta put your forehead adamant against theirs. That doesn't mean physically. That means hold your faith. It's gonna go away. You can say, you know, Yahawashi is gonna destroy you. And you can say take your leave. And if he doesn't leave, he's just bringing more condemnation to himself.
He was shocked.
Yeah, he did look shocked.
He did that. What? Like he was surprised. Like he never thought he expect nice things is gonna come out of the scriptures. No,
He was taking.
you know.
I think
As
I
much-
misheard
as
him
much
because he
as-
was walking around. He was talking to that dude. Just like, yo, I'm panicking. I gotta get them the hell out of here. Some shit like that.
As much as I didn't want to say it, you know, it just came out of me, man. Boy, you know, yeah. So Lord willing, that this camp session is edifying to you brothers out there, you know, and exhorting unto you brothers. All right, I'm gonna leave it off with the Shema prayer. So Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh Allah Hayinawa, Yahweh Echad,
Admon, Admon.
Shalom, Shalom.